Hey guys, what's going on today? Bojo here, and we are back with our NHL 15 Be a Pro series following Rick DiPietro and the Calgary Flames. So, the struggling Calgary Flames, and struggling as of recently, Rick DiPietro, are in the midst of another mini road trip coming up here, as we are going to be making our first visit since returning back to the NHL to Madison Square Garden to be taking on the New York Rangers here tonight. So, going to be going up against a pretty tough team here in the Rangers, team who we have not played so far this year, but it's always a nice little visit to come to MSG and take on the Rangers. So, unfortunately, the Calgary Flames have been struggling a little bit. We are coming off of a pretty disappointing loss, I would say, to the Winnipeg Jets, where we pretty much outplayed the Jets in every aspect, but 2 goals from Blake Wheeler managed to beat us in that game. Pavlik made some pretty clutch saves for the Jets in that game as well. And unfortunately, we did lose that game 2-1. So we're on a little bit of a mini losing streak here with Rick DiPietro. We want to see if we can get ourselves out of this funk. But here we are in MSG. Don't have my microphone, my headset anymore because it broke. So I'll definitely have to go get out there and get a new one so I can listen to the commentating again. Not that I really care about the commentating, but it's always just nice to get myself immersed in the game. And I can't even do that anymore. What the heck? But it's whatever. We got to see if we can turn the Calgary Flames season around. I don't know if we're going to be able to turn the season around. I mean, we already have 30 regulation losses. Unless something really crazy happens in our division, I don't think we are going to be making the playoffs this year with Calgary, unfortunately. But here's tonight's starting goaltenders. King Henrik's in the net for the Rangers, 28, 18, and 1 with 2.35 goals against average, save percentage of .922, and 7 shutouts for Henrik Lundqvist so far this year. Dear God. He's having one hell of a year for the Rangers. And there's DiPietro stats, 5 and 8 with a 1.93 goals against average, save percentage of .887, and 3 shutouts on the year for us. So, let's see if we can turn this a little bit around here. Got to go up against guys like Derek Stepan, Rick Nash, all those good players on the Rangers. It's going to be a pretty tough game. No doubt it's going to be a pretty tough game for the Flames in this game. So, Monahan back on the first line. My phone is ringing. God damn it. Going to have to pause the game and see what's up with that. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Turns out it was just the freaking telemarketers. Go figure. Alright, so we're back here. Back in MSG. Had to take a little quick break. Somebody called MSG looking for the Calgary Flames winning streak. Too bad they couldn't find it, unfortunately, but here we go. Back in under control here. I can't even talk right now. Oh, I should grab that. Jesus. Hugging the post, trying to go out there and grab the puck. I hate that sometimes. Sometimes I just skate over to the puck and grab it. I can do that, right? Like, I can go out here and grab it. Yeah, I can do that. I should do that a little bit more. Oh, geez. Johnny Gaudreau, I think, had a pretty good shot there on the chance for the cross breeze. But Henrik Lundqvist goes down, make the save. Raymond back over to Gaudreau, catches that. And Mendair takes a backhander shot on Lundqvist, but he will grab it. So I should go out there and grab the puck there, but Derek Stepan had a nice chance for a short side shot, but we did manage to get a shoulder save on that. All right, turned over Barchi with another backhander, but a glove save by Lundqvist after a fumbled up face-off there. All right, so we got the second line now, I believe. Second or third line, I don't know what line Backlund's on. Backlund does win the face-off, though. Back to Giordano. Giordano over to Backlund, over to Barchi. Back to the other point. Shot blocked in front, though, by Calgary Flames. Saucer pass out to the center of the ice over to Kreider. Over to Hagelin. Carl Swaglin. Oh, geez. I left that short side wide open for him. Good thing my defenseman actually came back and helped me out a little bit. All right. Backlund will dump it around the back for Brassard. Intercepts it, though. Back to John Moore over Brassard. And Brassard gives that up to Kreider. All right, Chris Kreider over the blue line. Chris Kreider, who trying to do some moves there. You're power forward, son. I gotta watch out for him. He might run into me this game. He does like to run into goaltenders sometimes and cause some injuries. So, shout out to Carey Price. All right, Girardi gets killed into the corner. Nice hit there, and they'll give it back to Brassard. Over to Hagelin again. Hagelin bodied in front by Schmid to cut off the shot there. Nice play. Colburn over to Stajan, Stajan around the back of the net for Halischuk. Halischuk back to Schmid, over to Russell, takes a shot, gloved in front, though, by Lundqvist with a attempted screen there by Joel Colburn, but unfortunately was not able to do so. I'm going to move my TV. Yeah, I should be able to do that. I'm going to turn my TV sideways just so I can commentate and actually look at the TV. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. Since I'm kind of commentating at an angle and my head kind of tilted this way. It's a little bit weird. All right, so Lombardi dumps that one in. Wotherspoon will take it now. Take it to the corner. And dug out by Brody up. Danny Cristo. Oh, there's Danny Cristo trying for a shot there, but saved by DiPietro. All right, Wotherspoon right up the middle. Wotherspoon around one. Up. Attempted cross crease, but it went off of a... I think that went off Girardi in the kill rate. Turns over to Goudreau. Goudreau out in front. Flub shot there from, I don't know who that was. Tanner Glass now takes it. Tanner Glass will dump it around the back. Go for a line change for the Rangers. Brody got plenty of time here. And he will turn it over to Rick Nash, though. Where Rick Nash and Wotherspoon and Arnold all meet up there, but the Flames do get it. Raymond will dump it around the back. Zuccarello grabs it. And Rick Nash controls it again up to Derek Stepan. Derek Stepan will dump it around the back, but will go offsides. Captain Stepan. All right, Backlund wins another faceoff here. Weidman almost turned over to the Rangers, but they get it back to him. Backlund over to David Jones. David Jones takes a shot. Weird shot there from David Jones. Didn't get much air on it. Went pretty much on the ice, and Lundqvist had to adjust to that, but he does make the save. All right, second line still out there, I believe. Backlund wins it over to Schmid. Schmid takes a shot. Oh, tipped in front. What a goal! What a goal there. Tipped in front by Michael Backlund. Schmid took a shot far side, and Backlund tipped it upwards, and it goes right over a on the ice Henrik Lundqvist. Mikael Backlund gets the tip goal there from Vladislav Schmid. And what a tip there from Michael Backlund. Tips it right over the top of the head of Henrik Lundqvist. And the Calgary Flames will take a 1-0 lead in this game. Oh, man, what a tip there by Michael Backlund. He completely changed the direction of that. Lundqvist was actually screened a good bit, too. I think he might have had 3 bodies in front of him. And what a tip there from Mikael Backlund to get that goal from Vladislav Schmid. And the Flames will take a 1-0 lead here late in the first period over the Rangers in Madison Square Garden. So Barchi shields that one around, dumps it around on Stahl. Nash around the back again for Zuccarello. Over to Stahl. Back over to Nash. Over to Stepan. Dying seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Stepan takes a shot on that, but that time was going to run out. Anyway, and that'll do it for the first. So Calgary gets that very late goal there from Mikael Backlund to take a 1-0 lead over the very good New York Rangers team. Getting a lot of shots on net too as well. So 6-2 are the shots. Calgary with the 1-0 lead. Time of attack is in Calgary's favor. Passing percentage is good. Face-offs 4-3. Very good first period for the Calgary Flames here in Madison Square Garden. Good period for DiPietro as well. Only saved 2 shots, but still got that 1-goal lead. Second period underway. All right, Monahan wins the faceoff. Giro down over to Weidman. Weidman back to Monahan. Monahan over to Goudreau. Toe drags Goudreau back to Weidman again. Dennis Weidman winds up for a shot, blocked in front though by a Ranger. Stahl grabs it, almost turns it over. Stepan back to Nash. All right, Rick Nash back to the point. McDonough over to Zuccarello. We had that short side covered, but a nice defensive play there by Dennis Weidman. Up, bouncing puck. Oh my God, Zuccarello. He just backhand floats that on the net, and that hits off the post and in. I was out of position a little bit, and the Rangers will tie it up. Should have never happened anyway. Should have never happened anyway. Calgary with a bad turnover here on our defense. We have 3 guys in the zone here, and they turn it over, and it looked like I was in the proper position for that, but Zuccarello just backhands it. Look, I was going back into position anyway. I just couldn't get a glove on that. Maybe I was out a little bit too far, and I was backing up on the shot. All right, Zuccarello gets that goal there. A bad turnover by the Calgary Flames defense as the Rangers will tie this game back up at 1. Only their 3rd shot on net. All right, Kreider tries to make a deke toward the center of the ice. Cut off, though. Loses his bucket. And Goudreau, oh my God, Mason Raymond gets killed by Derek Brassard. Back to Hagelin. Carl Hagelin over to Girardi. Blocked in front, though. Bouncing ass puck. Up, DiPietro, cover that, cover that. Okay, we managed to get that. I'm going to hold that. We will hold that. Flimsy ass puck right there. After a very good first period by Calgary, seem to be struggling here. All right, Barchi wins the face-off off Backlund, shields the puck, turns it over to Dominic Moore, back to Kevin Klein. Klein over to misplays it, and that'll be icing on the Rangers. All right, offensive zone face-off here for the Flames. Backlund wins it back to Weidman. Back to Backlund again. Shot saved by Lundqvist low. And McIlwraith will get it up to Dominic Moore. Moore absolutely gets killed by Dennis Weidman. Good shot. Nice pass over to Backlund, but Kevin Klein steps up for the thing on Backlund there. JT Miller sends that puck in. Giordano holds it back over to Jones to the corner. Off to the wing, I should say. David Jones around McIlwraith. Makes it deke around them. Back over to Backlund again. Tries to cut toward the middle, but runs into Kevin Klein. And he'll get it up to Neal. Is that Chris Neal? That's the only Neal I know in this game. All right, David Jones over to Giordano. Giordano over to Backlund. Backlund up the wing. Poke checked off by McIlwraith. And McIlwraith up to Zuccarello. Zuccarello cuts to the middle. Over to Rick Nash. Toe drags. And once again, body by the defenseman there. Missed slap shot low. Saved by Goudreau. And unfortunately puts that into our own net because Rick Nash, I believe, poke checked him. And another defensive blunder by Calgary in this game gives up 2 goals. Wow, bad play there. Unless they're going to give the credit to McDonough or Stepan or something like that. That's a bad goal. That's a very bad goal. Yeah, I think Rick Nash stick lifted Johnny Goudreau. He loses possession of the puck, and it just trickles right into the net. And it's not even going to be a shot on net. Who gets credit for that goal? Derek Stepan does it because I think he tipped it. I think he tipped that unassisted for Derek Stepan, and I don't even know if that's going to count as a shot on net. It shouldn't, but that one just trickles into the net because Rick Nash stick lifted Goudreau, and it trickled right into the net as it's a 2-goal. It's a 2-1 lead now for the Rangers. 2 defensive blunders by the Flames in this game have resulted in 2 goals. The Rangers will ice that puck again. Ay. Come on, Calgary. Hallis wins the faceoff, but gets bodied by Girardi over to Hagelin. Hagelin back to Girardi over to Brassard. All right, come on. Brassard makes a deke towards the line again, and this time they get it out quick. Hallis up the wing, gets around Girardi, and he turns it over to Brassard, and back to Hagelin, 2-on-2. Hagelin and Kreider met at the line by Brody. That's good. Staging back up to Hallis. Hallis around 1. Tries for a saucer pass, but intercepted by Girardi. That Rangers defense is pretty good. All right, Brassard now. Brassard will dump it in, but the Rangers go offsides. All right, first line back out for the Flames now. Stepan wins the faceoff, but that'll go back for Stahl. Stahl to McDonough. McDonough gives it back to Stepan over to Rick Nash. 3-on-2 now. Intercepted, though, by Colburn, it seems. And Monahan gets this back into the zone. Gets around McDonough to the corner. Sean Monahan with a nice little deke there, but saved by Henrik Lundqvist. Right, 2:09 still left here in the second period. Rangers with 2 goals because of Calgary Flame defensive blunders in this game. All right, Schmee with a shot. Glove saved, though, by Henrik Lundqvist. Nice position. Nice choice to shoot that puck there by Schmee. All right, fourth line out here now. See if Bill Arnold can win that. And he will not. Tanner Glass. I think both fourth lines are out for both teams. Lombardi. Maybe the third line for the Rangers here. Lombardi over to Danny Cristo. Cristo shielding it back to Klein. Tries for a saucer pass. Almost Schmee to almost turned that over again. Arnold gets it up, though. 20 seconds still left. Bollig will dump it in. McIlwraith bodied into the corner by Arnold. Dying seconds here. Max Reinhart. Arnold in front. Saved by Lundqvist. And that'll be it for the second period as he dishes it out. As the Rangers will end the second period here with a 2-1 lead on the Calgary Flames. 10 shots to 3 for the game so far. Wow. Rangers have not taken many shots in this game at all. Like I said, it's the defensive blunders, man. 2 defensive turnovers by the Calgary Flames in this game have led to 2 Rangers goals. They have not taken many shots in this game at all. Our save percentage is doo-doo butter. We need to turn it up here in the third period, man. We need to tie this game up, and we need to play. We can't have any mistakes in this game this period for us here. Rick Nash save, double save there on Rick Nash by DiPietro. Comes out to face the shot. Should have went out and tried to cover that, but I'm opted to go face the shot from Rick Nash. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but we do get 2 saves there. That's our save percentage. Our goals against average drastically goes up because of those 2 shots. All right, another face-off win there. Johnny Gaudreau will take it. Goudreau gives it up to Raymond. Raymond cuts towards the middle, gets around all of them. Up, shot, Raymond, up, rebound by Lundqvist, sitting out front there, though, but Hagelin will take control of it. Hagelin gets it over to Broussard. Nice long pass. Out to Broussard. Derek Broussard, and he's slashed by Giordano, who will go to the box for slashing. As the Rangers will go to the power play. 16:45 left here in the third. And Sean Monahan wins the faceoff. Zuccarello dished out in front. DiPietro. I didn't even do that. I just died. I just went down the puck, sitting like a goddamn Egyptian in a coffin. Good Lord, I knew the cross crease was coming. Rick Nash has given us some problems in this period, it seems. Zuccarello went to the corner. I knew the cross crease was coming. It went for the glove saves, but Rick Nash didn't even get much on that pass, on that shot. He kind of just trying to tapped it in front. But it was right there. We go down, cover the puck up, and make the save. All right, Reinhardt's on the penalty kill, it seems. Reinhardt wins the faceoffs, nice, and Raymond will dump it out. All right, Mark Stahl takes it now, over to McDonough, up to Zuccarello. All right, Zuccarello over to Stepan, back to Zuccarello, back to Stepan, over to Stahl, back to McDonough, save there on a shot by Zuccarello by DiPietro, and number 4, who I think that is Brody, dumps it out. Lundqvist gives it over to McDonough, McDonough over to Stahl. Stahl over to Nash. Nash met at the line, though, by Chris Russell. Nice play there, and he will sauce that over for attempted by Matt Stajan, but McDonough sends it around the boards to Stahl. Over to Stepan. Over to Zuccarello. Nice move there by Zuccarello. That's the first time I've seen one of the computers do that through the leg move there. But Calgary will dump it back out again. McDonough take it to the boards, intercepted by Stajan, shot by Monahan. Saved though by Lundqvist. Nash take it to the boards, and Stepan will get it out. Penalty is over. Calgary does a nice job to kill it off. Zuccarello doing a lot of dekes here, but nice play by Russell to stand his ground and intercepts that pass. Backlund now takes it into the zone. Backlund back to Weidman. Weidman over to the other point to Schmid. He fumbles it though, and Nash will give it back over to Zuccarello. He turns it over. Barchi, attempted shot there, missed by Backlund. Backlund over to the front again. Up, rebound in front. Oh man, we're backhanded shot there from David Jones, but Lundqvist does stay squared to the puck and makes that save on David Jones. I think we are going to see a highlight here on that. I want to see the highlight of that too. That was pretty weird attempted there. Missed play. I think that Barchi might have sent that one on that from that play. I think he might have got a little bit of a shot on there. Lundqvist sends it out, and David Jones tries for a backhanded shot, no look. But Lundqvist does get his pad save on that. Very good save by King Henrik. All right, come on, Calgary. You guys got to tie this game up here. Sean Monahan wins the faceoff. Giordano over to Monahan. Sean Monahan back to the point to Weidman. In front, trying to hit one of the Calgary Flames, but intercepted by the Rangers. Here's Kreider now. Kreider with a toe drag. Kreider bodied by players there. Saved by DiPietro. We have plenty of time. No one's even bothering us there. Giordano gets it up to Monahan. Monahan up the wing, into the corner, around the back of the net. In front to Raymond. Shot misses the net. Shot by Raymond misses the net. Just a little bit wide. All right. Here's Kreider now. Kreider will go off sides. All right, 8:37 still left here in this third period. Henrik Lundqvist, I think, is going to get a little bit of a highlight package, but we're not going to watch that. We don't need to watch it. 2-1 lead for the Rangers again. Calgary, once again, they're doing their job, but they just can't seem to get another 2 goals past in this game. All right, Backlund wins the faceoff. Brody to David Jones. Over to Wotherspoon. Gives it up to Barchi. Barchi, toe drags into the corner. Back to Brody. Back to Wotherspoon. Low shot on that, but saved by Lundqvist. As he will hold. 7:25 left here in this third period. Lundqvist with 14 saves on net, 15 shots for the Flames. Arnold wins the faceoff though, but Danny Cristo, very fast skater, takes it off of him. Tries to center, taken off by Weidman. Here's Max Reinhart. Max Reinhart over to Giordano, and oh man, Bill Arnold runs right into Lundqvist, and who is that? Klein? No, I think that's Tanner Glass. I think that's number 15. Yeah, he's not going to stand for that. Yep, that's Tanner Glass, not going to stand for that, as our 2 fourth-liners here are going to get in a little bit of a bout here. Let's go, Arnold, kick his ass. Oh, nice dodge by Bill Arnold. Oh, double dodge there. Tanner Glass should be a really good fire. Oh, uppercut, and Tanner Glass nails Bill Arnold with a straight shot to the face as he'll go down. As Tanner Glass look at MSG pumped up. No penalties on the play. Accidentally runs right into him. Lundqvist goes down like a heap, a sack of potatoes, but Tenderglass will win that fight. As Bill Arnold and Tenderglass will get each 5 for fighting. And they're pretty much done for the game unless the final minute here. Alright, Rick Nash now over to Zuccarello. Over to Zuccarello, back to Stepan, but he feeds it a little bit late there, and he'll go offsides. 5 minutes to the left here. 15-8 are the shots. Not very good save percentage for us in this game, to be honest. I don't even know if that second goal counts as a goal or not. Oh, man, another defensive blunder there, but he makes up for it. Dennis Weidman got knocked down twice, but he managed to stick lift it back again. Oh, Monahan's shot got deflected by John Moore, I think, at the end there. And they will. Lundqvist to hold. I think he dished it out last minute. But that was a weird shot there. I think that got tipped by John Moore on a shot by Sean Monahan. I want to see the replay. Yeah, I think it did. Let me see. Sean Monahan takes the shot. No, it was just a straight shot through John Moore's legs. I thought it got tipped by him. But Lundqvist does make the glove save on Monahan there. As Monahan wins it back to Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon with a shot. Rebound. Raymond tries to get it on by Lundqvist. Raymond into the back. Going back to the point again. Dished it for Monahan. Shot. Blocker save, though, by Lundqvist. Final 3 minutes here left in this game. Zuccarello over to Stepan. 2 minutes to the left here. All right. Stepan back to McDonough, but that's going to go offsides as well. 2:18 left in the game. Is it going to be another 2-1 loss? Possible another 2-1 loss for us here. Maybe 3-1 if they get an empty net, because I know. All right. We're going to watch the game from this angle right now because I got to wait for the coach to call me here. Giordano. Back to Weidman. Back to Backlund. Alright, Backlund gets killed there. Weidman takes it to the point. Over to Giordano, takes a shot, and it's going to be a face-off as the net's going to get knocked off its moorings. As the face-off's going to go out of the zone as well. Alright, we got to watch it from this angle. Colburn wins it to Halischuk. Dumps it in. McDonough takes it to the boards. McDonough held to the boards. Nash. Over to Zuccarello. Zuccarello held. Stahl take it now, and he's gonna go up. All right, so once we get possession of it, we're to the bench. All right, we're to the bench. We're to the bench. Giordano, go go go. Staging. I'm waiting. There you go. Go. All right, Halischuk has it. Halischuk walk out front. Colbert. Oh, big save there by Henrik Lundqvist, I think. Derek Brassard will take it now. Derek Brassard turns back with it, gives it over to McDonough on the other side of the ice. McDonough. A little bit of a bouncing puck there. Hagelin over to Kreider, and he will hit the empty net. And that'll do it for the Calgary Flames in this game, as unfortunately we're going to lose another one with Rick DiPietro on possible 4-game losing streak, or a 3-game losing streak here. And the Calgary Flames continue to struggle. Our defense pretty much just lost us this game here. They lost the game. A turnover that led to a Zuccarello goal, and then Johnny Gaudreau getting stick lifted by Rick Nash, and the puck just trickled into the back of our net. The Rangers did not take, I think, more than double-digit shots in this game, and unfortunately, we are going to take the loss. 3-1, maybe 4-1. The final. Zuccarello, oh man, that runs into us there, and yeah, thank you. They're going to call power play on that on Rick Nash for running into the goaltender there, but a little bit too late. As they win the puck there, Barchi with a shot saved by Lundqvist, and that'll do it for the game here, as the Rangers will win this game 3-1 over the Flames. And unfortunately, we will take our third loss in a row, or our 4th loss in a row with this. 20 shots on that by Calgary. They did everything they could in this game, but Henrik Lundqvist stood on his head, 19 of 20. The Rangers get 3 goals here. I want to see what our save percentage was. I want to see if that second goal counted as a shot. Away stats here. Let's check it out. Goaltenders. DiPietro, 7 of 9. So I guess they are counting that second goal. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if are they counting it as a shot? I don't think they're counting it as a shot, though. Yeah. They're counting it for our save percentage, because I think it's a goal, but I don't think they didn't. They did not count that shot as a goal. They counted the empty net as a shot on goal, but they did not count the one that Johnny Gaudreau got stick lifted and went into the net as a shot. But we do sacrifice our goals against average and our save percentage that game. Unfortunately, with only 9 shots by the Rangers. Calgary dominated them that game, but our defense kind of blew it there. Not really well, I guess it was our defense, because Gaudreau was not in the right place at the right time. But that's how it happens sometimes. Unfortunately, 2 just just couldn't hold on to the puck, it seems. They did everything they could, Calgary. They put 20 shots on net on Lundqvist, but stopped 19 of them. What are you going to do there? So unfortunately, we are going to suffer that loss to the Rangers in Madison Square Garden, and hopefully we'll get another little bit of a big rest here as the trade deadline's coming up. Trade deadline is indeed coming up, or maybe it passed already. Let's see. So we're not getting that game against the Flyers. When is the trade deadline? The trade deadline is after that Arizona game, so we'll have to see if anything pops up here. So after that game against the Arizona Coyotes, we'll have to see if anything is going to happen regarding trading players and the trade deadline. We'll have to see, unless we get a start here, which we are. We're going to face off against the Buffalo Sabres yet again. So this will be our second start against the Buffalo Sabres this year. Last time we played them, we unfortunately lost 2-1, I believe, against them. I think we might have gotten that game against the Flyers as well. Our point total went up a little bit. So we're going to see if we can get some revenge against the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo this time. We're going to First Niagara Center. And we'll see if we can get some revenge on the Sabres. So the trade deadline talks will have to halt for a little bit of time to come, as there was just the other trade there, Brian Campbell to the Dallas Stars. That's the only trade that's been made since that date. So see if we can get our revenge on the Buffalo Sabres next time. So if you guys did enjoy that game, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. So this will be our Granlund's back to the roster too. Good. So that should be good. He should probably take over the first line again, as we'll take on the Buffalo Sabres for the second time this year. So that'll be coming up next, guys, and take it easy.